Hello all of you beautiful people around the world, my name is Ryan aka Blackbeard TCG, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you guys about the must pulls, the cards that you want to see when you're opening up your boxes or your cases, or maybe even just your booster packs. What cards do you want to see? What are the money cards based on what we've seen in Japan? And also what cards will be good to pull for meta and OP01 and to prep you for OP02. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, also I need to disclaimer, there are going to be some biases here, but I will tell you guys where my bias is. And as you guys know, I love blue. I've fallen in love with the blue decks. Basically, any blue card that I say, knock it down one tier for reality. But for me, I'm placing them at the tiers that they are because that's what they mean to me. So to start things off, an S++ tier. This tier means that if you pull any of these cards, you should be absolutely ecstatic. Like, you don't even need to open up the rest of your boxes because you're chilling. And obviously, it's Manga Shanks. Like, Manga Shanks, without a doubt. Alternate art, secret rare. Come on, this has to be an S++. Anything, if there was anything in this other than Manga Shanks, then the list is just invalid, right? Now, there's another card that goes in S++, and this is a Blackbeard TCG bias exclusive pick. Now, if I or if anyone manages to pull this, I want it. Alternate art Mihawk. I know. Okay, you guys are going to roast me to hell and back in the comment section. This art is so fire. Are you really going to tell me that this art is not fire? We got Mihawk legs crossed sitting on his throne? Come on. Now, of course, I'm a blue player. I'm biased. I want a playset of this. I have this in my S++ because if I can pull one of these from my boxes, I am ecstatic. I'm happy. I don't care what else I pull. I will. Okay, no, I was about to cap so hard. I was going to say I'd rather get this Mihawk over Manga Shanks. But the thing is, if I get Manga Shanks, I'm not even going to play with it, right? Like, I will literally get it graded. I will, like, keep it, like, locked up. Like, I'm not. It will never see the light of day. It's not going to see play. But if I get my alt art Mihawk, like, in a perfect world, I want a full playset of this. So, yeah, okay, yeah, I was capping. So I definitely still want Manga Shanks #1. But I personally have alternate art Jackal Mihawk in my S++ tier. Now, is this a must pull for you guys? Are you guys looking for this card? I would say if you're planning on playing blue, right? If you're interested in playing Dofi, if you're interested in playing Crocodile, if you're interested in playing Ivankov in set 2, yes. This should be a S++ because this is your only card that can really deal with 8-cost kid. So yeah, you definitely want to see this. But that's my bias. Okay. S+ tier, alternate art Shanks, right? Goes without saying, if alternate art Shanks is S++, then in S+, you have to have alternate art Shanks. We also have alternate art Yamato here. And Yamato's interesting because it's a card that obviously is seeing play in Kinemon in set 2, but we've seen it fall off a little bit because its stats aren't the greatest. But I wonder if we'll start to see more of it as Kinemon continues to be played versus Zoro in OP02 because it has the double hit banish, which will hurt Zoro from adding cards in his hand. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but regardless, because it's an alternate secret area, it's going to have value. So if you pull this, amazing. Up next is actually going to be alternate art Nami. I mean, come on. Now, some people might argue, Ryan, you have alternate art Mihawk in S++ and not Nami in S++. Hey man, if you want to put Nami in your S++ as must pulls, fair enough, go for it. For me, hey man, I got her in S+. I mean, goddamn, if you can pull Nami, hey, if I pulled a Nami, I'd be happy. I'd definitely be happy. Again, this is S+. This is very, very good. Okay, I have Nami in my S+ tier for pulls. If you could pull this, absolutely amazing pull. And then we got the alternate art, Boa Hancock. And of course, again, I am blue biased, but look at this art, man. And I will say this, I don't know if it's TMI, but you know, it's the alternate arts. You know what they're doing, right? You know what they're doing. They're appealing to certain audiences and whatnot. And I will say I'm very much more of a fan of side. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Although you do get some of the action here with Nami. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're both S plus. They're both S plus. I'm not gonna choose one over the other. No, I'm gonna choose Boa Hancock over Nami just because I'm blue player and I'm gonna be playing this in Dofi. Man, can you imagine? What if you pulled two? Actually, I don't know what the alternate art rates are in the English boxes, so I don't even know if it's possible. But what if you could pull two alternate arts in one box and you get a Boa Hancock and a Nami? Holy, that would be amazing. Okay, S tier. So these cards are going to be cards that are, if you want to play them, go ahead, play them. These cards will have value in set 1. They will have value in set 2. If you pull these are going to be very, very valuable cards. They're just not on the same level as other ones. So first is going to be regular Secret Rare Yamato. Honestly, I was even potentially dropping this a little bit lower, but I mean, it just wouldn't make sense. Just because, again, it's not really seeing that much play. And it's definitely 150% not going to see play in set 1. So if you pull this, it's basically like Yamato Kinemon waiting room, right? Until set 2. And then we will have to see if it is even optimal to play. All of the top Kinemon builds are actually not even playing a single copy of this as of how it stands right now. And so it's like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, but next is alternate art Zoro. If you can pull this, my friends, if you can pull the alternate art Zoro, you are chilling, because Zoro is going to be used in Mono Red Luffy in set 1. It's going to be used in Mono Red Zoro in set 1. It's going to be used in Red Green Law in set 1. Zoro is probably tier 0 in set 2, in which you need a full playset of this. So even if you pull one of these bad boys, you are set. And look at the goddamn art. Look at the art, guys. This is fantastic. I was actually thinking of bumping it up a tier just because of how broken Zoro is in set 2, but again, this is for set 1. And he is not a waiting room card like Yamato. Like, he will see value in the top decks right away from day 1. First tournament, this card is must play. Next up is going to be alternate art Kid, and this is mainly just because of meta. Kid is still performing decently well overseas. It's definitely, in my opinion, going to be one of the top 2 decks in set 1. And because of that, you are going to need to play 8-drop Kid, and 8-drop Kid alternate art looks really cool, and it is a must play in Kid decks. So for me, it has to go in this tier. It's playable, art is nice, because it's meta for 2 sets, like, it's gonna have value. If you pull this, you should be happy. Okay, lastly in this tier is alternate art Law. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this art. Like, I'm actually more of a fan. I actually don't think I'll have it here because of how I sorted it. Yeah, I'm actually more of a fan of Winter Trafalgar Law than this version of Trafalgar Law. I know they look kind of similar, but I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of how this looks, but this card is absolutely cracked. It will be played in Red Green Law. It will be played in Kid. It will be played in Kinemon. So yeah, this is an absolute must-have. Any green deck is probably going to be running a full playset of this, if not some copies of this. So yeah, if you pull this, you are set. Okay, so that is the S tier. So A tier are cards that are going to be nice to have. If you pull them, like, it's not the worst. Like, ideally, maybe like if you pulled something else, it would have been better. But this is just my opinion once again. So the first one is going to be alternate art King. So right off the bat, for me, I think this art is friggin' dope. I think this art is amazing. I really like how we get to see both, like King with the mask, King without the mask. You see his full Lunarian goodness. But yeah, I think this art is really good. The only reason why I have it in a lower tier is because it is probably going to be a 1 of, maybe 2 of in Kaido decks. We'll see how things pick up in OP02 to see if more people are going to play King, because this is obviously a pretty decent card to play into Zoro, being able to pop 2 units, because Zoro's always going to, well, not always, most of the time play units that are 3 or less, and so you'll be able to pop 2 of them. So that's going to have value. So it's going to have value that will carry over from set 1 to set 2. But again, because you're not playing that many copies of it, I can't really see it like being higher tier if you pull it. But again, if you do pull this, don't be upset. It's a great card. Okay, the next one is a little bit of bias. Again, but I think it is worth noting. And that is alternate art Doflamingo. First and foremost, okay, the art on both of these are pretty ass. I'm going to be completely honest with you. But like, they had to balance it, right? Like, it's only fair that they balance it because the character card art is beautiful, right? Like, this is sick. I love that. The regular Doflamingo card from the starter deck, that one is also pretty dope. But if we're talking about the regular art, I hate this version of it, man. It looks terrible, in my opinion. And then, if we look at this one also looks bad. And that's how you know my blue bias is kicking in, because I still have it in my A tier. And the reason for that is because if you are playing Crocodile, if you are playing Ivankov, if you are playing Doflamingo, this card is playable. You need a full play set of these. So for me, this is my bias. I have it in A tier because if I pull this, I will be very happy because I need to play this. I don't have a choice. Because if you're running a blue deck and you're not playing this card, you're kind of trolling. So yeah, that's why I personally have it in my A tier, but I'm telling you guys, that's my bias. If you guys pull it and you guys are blue fans, great. But like, obviously if you pull this as alternate art and like it's the rare alternate art slot, like obviously you'd rather have Nami, right? Like, let's just keep it real. Like, obviously you'd rather have other cards, all those things. So that is my tier list. Now I just want to talk about some cards that you guys should also look out for. If you pull them, it's still really good. So of course, any of the other cards that I mentioned in their alternate art forms, their regular forms obviously are still amazing to have because you can still play the cards, right? So even if you just pull regular Zoro, I think that it's going to still be an amazing pull. The reason why I say that, you know what? Let's take a look at how much Zoro is right now real quick. Okay, so yeah, it's still approximately $38 with only 1 unit left. This is non-alternate art, by the way. So yeah, this card is going to be, well, we'll see how our pull rates are, but a $40 card that is a must for of. If you pull this and you can't pull the alternate art, do not feel sad. It will still be amazing. Of course, obviously the other things, right? Like if you could pull 8-drop Kid, that's not alternate art. If you pull Bull Hancock, that's not alternate art. That's gonna be great. I mean, pulling Nami, that's not alternate art. That's whatever. Like that's not gonna be a problem. Like this is not gonna be worth anything because it's just a rare. It's gonna be very cheap to pick up. So if you pull that, who really cares? This is where the money is. This is where the litness is. God damn. Okay. Other very important cards. Utah. Okay, Utah. If you pull this, if you can get a playset of these, this is Utah Waiting Room, Zoro Waiting Room for set 2. You're going to be playing 2 to 4 copies of this, probably 2 or 3 from the list that I've seen. So if you can get at least 2 copies of this, that is very, very good to pull. If you are blue, if you're a blue player, if you're a blue enjoyer, obviously I was talking about Mihawk. If you could just pull the regular Mihawk. I mean, this art is also fire, by the way. Can we just appreciate the physique, appreciate the abs, the definition, the striations? Right, let's get serious. So if you could pull this Mihawk, it's still very, very important for set 1. It's still very, very important for set 2. So again, if you pull this, this is absolutely amazing as well. What else am I forgetting? Obviously, Law. If you pull the regular Law, like this is absolutely amazing, like 100%. Like if we just search Law, right? So Law is basically the same price approximately as, or not approximately, it is. And there's 4, so if somebody wanted to buy a playset, they could. Yeah, so there's literally 4 left on the market. So that is pretty funny. for $40. That should already go to show that this card is an absolute must. What else? What's slipping my mind? Is there anything else? Yeah, obviously if you pull Okikus, that's very, very good. You're going to need these in green. You're going to need these for set 1 for kid, like I mentioned, for what was I gonna call Law Rengar? Oh my gosh, too much League of Legends. For Trafalgar Law, you're gonna need it for Kinemon in set 2. So pulling Okiku is always nice. Pulling Kaido, pulling 10-drop Kaido. The reason why I don't have 10-drop Kaido or the alternate art, I don't really like the art for the alternate art too much, but we'll see if it has that much value. But also 10 cost Kaido is like, you're gonna play it, but like I think I'm not sure what the number is in terms of ratios. I've seen some people play 1. I've seen some people play 2. I've never seen people play a full play set of this. And so because of that, I don't know how much value this is going to have from a playability standpoint. But Kaido is strong in set 1 and set 2. So who knows? This could also be very valuable. So if you pull those, that's nice. I think that's about it. I don't think I'm missing out on any like must pulls. Punk Gibson's going to be a really good pull. Overheat's going to be a really good pull. I think that's about it for like the must, like super, super good cards. Everything else you'll probably get because they're common, uncommons. Yeah, that is about it, guys. If there is anything that I missed, let me know in the comment section below. And today's comment question of the day is, what is your cheeky S++ tier? So mine, obviously, is the Mihawk, right? We've already established that. What is yours? If Mega Shanks is everybody's, like we all want this card. Like that, there's no debating that. We all want this card. But is there one other card in this set that is also in your S++? Let me know in the comment section below, and your comment could be featured in my next video. I will catch you guys later. Peace.